Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 1st to the 15th, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading from me in December, put a snowman in the comment box below, a snowman emoji in the comment box. A winner will be chosen at random at the end of the month, so good luck to everybody. A separate video will be where that winner is announced, so do not be fooled by anybody contacting you in the comment box saying yippee or anything like that. It will not be me, so just be aware and do not be scammed. If you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. That's listed in the description box below, as are all the cards that I'm using. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Empress here. We have the 10 of Wands reversed, which is fantastic. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We then have the 8 of Swords coming up. Okay. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Pentacles, angels and spirit guides. And we have the King of Wands reversed. Okay, this is very, very interesting. So there's a lot that we're going to be giving birth to, moving forward in during this time. I hope you like these cards. I got them in Salem. They're Yuletime cards, so I thought they were terribly appropriate for the season. And here with the Empress, that's crowning everything. It's creative energy within us. Now, we have a lot of self-doubt coming forward here. So we have the 8 of Swords coming forward saying, no, you can't do this. You're going to be a lot in your own head. If you know this about this time here, Aries, you can counteract it. So instead of feeling weighed down or held back, you can really be freeing yourself. And we see that here with the 10 of Wands, that burden that has been weighing down on you is going to be lifted. It's like before, the only thing you could see was worry and doubt and fear. But as you start to let down this burden and say, you know what, I can do this, or I can move forward this way, you're going to feel a lot more liberated. But with the 8 of Swords coming into play, it's like, okay, but I can be pulled back into this energy rather easily. So be mindful about this, Aries. With the 2 of Pentacles, you're trying to balance everything. It's kind of like getting the perfect gift for everyone and you forget about yourself. So be mindful of that energy right here. With the 5 of Pentacles, it's very interesting because I see this as caring compassion coming forward, right? Right here, you have 2 people who are out in the cold. Now, you have a place where they can go in and be warm. So what it can be is like, I feel failed by what should be very comforting to me. So that can be an energy that we're feeling right now, and acknowledging that can be very important instead of saying, oh, I'm just being silly, or, oh, just buck it up and get over it. Acknowledging this energy is going to be important, but also knowing that there is an energy around you, even if it's simply your angels and your spirit guides, and there's nothing simple about that energy coming forward and saying, hey, lean on me, connect with me. But the Five of Pentacles is a poverty mentality. It's feeling like I'm on the outside of wealth. I'm on the outside of what I want. I'm on the outside of things. And Spirit is saying here, no, you're not. No, you're not. So acknowledging that that's the way we feel inside. And even if we're going through a rough patch, there is a sense here of do not let this poverty mentality become how you define yourself. Because the King of Wands reversed, that's us. We're represented by the wands in the minor arcana. So the King of Wands is our temper can get the best of us, right? The fire sign energy reverse, it always goes to a bit of a temper, especially we're ruled by Mars. So here, Aries, it can be like I get frustrated easy, I can feel very overwhelmed easily, and it'll come out very physically. All right. Aries children always tend to be the ones that have like and this is of course a gross generalization, but have the most energy to them. Like they don't even sleep still. Like they're all over the place all the time. So acknowledging that within us and not having it become a form of frustration, but seeing us as, okay, I need to be in motion. But if I feel like no matter how hard I try, I never get ahead, that motion becomes anger, it becomes frustration, it becomes being overwhelmed. And knowing that we're crowned with limitless prosperity and limitless like potential for our dreams and what we desire. So it's very much like that little kid who can be anything when they grow up. That's the energy that's around us. And that is such a blessing. That is something to really meditate on during this time and really connect with. It's like, okay, how do I move forward in my blessings? Because the roadblocks that are coming up are my self-doubt and my poverty mentality. And those are going to be the two things in the road that say, hey, listen, Aries, you think you can get ahead, but ha 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 ha, you can't. So just be aware of this. I like the ha 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 that Spirit gave. So just be aware of this during this time, that it can really be like, okay, you know what? I can, and I need to get out. I don't mean this to sound flippant or like, a poster that you hang on your wall when you're a kid, but like get out of your own way. And that is going to be so important. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. So we have two here. We have Focus reverse and we have Faith reverse. The reverse cards, they're not bad. So you can be sitting there saying, okay, Dane, enough is enough. I have reverse cards. This is supposed to be a joyous time. I want a joyous reading. You have one. You have one here. You have the King of Wands coming forward. You have yourself being the highest court card in the deck, right? For the Wands. And this is saying, listen, it will be easy to lose your power during this time. Let's not do that. Let's not go down that path. So the fact is that we can have a little bit of problem with focus. We can, right? So right here, focus reversed. We can be too much in our own heads. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're going the other place, we're doing the other thing. We're releasing the burdens that could have tethered us, that could have made us feel like, well, you have to do it just like this. That could have been very constraining for us. And so now it's like party. I'm going to go after what I want. I'm going to move forward at a speed and I just see this quickness, like this fastness to us. And Spirit is like, okay, slow it down and connect. It's going to be really important to focus. Now, if that means we need to go to a doctor and say, listen, I'm having trouble focusing on things, or ADHD could be flaring up. If you have ADHD or, anything like that, just be aware. We can also talk to somebody about this, like a therapist or a friend or somebody who we can really like count on and connect with. Journaling about, okay, why do I feel scattered and all over the place? We're also trying to make it perfect. Okay, Aries, take perfect off the table. You'll never live up to the crisp dream expectation of things. Perfect isn't achievable. We'll always push the bar out just a little bit, just a little bit. Do not focus on the dream. Focus on where you are right now and celebrating where you are, who you are, and how you're moving forward. Faith is reversed, right? So we can be having a bit of difficulty having faith that things will work out, that things will move forward, that will head in the direction that we want. It can just feel like I'm disconnected from faith, especially if we're people of faith. And it doesn't mean that you have to be of an orthodoxy. What it means is that faith has been important to you. Like this higher spirit has always been guiding you. If you feel disconnected from that, and that's always been your tether, that can be very, very, very overwhelming. So again, sitting in meditation, connecting, slowing things down is going to be really, really important. And saying, what is hindering my faith? What is hindering me from moving forward, being connected to this earth that we live on and the power of creation. So that's going to be an important thing. And you might find that things get real. Like you can be journaling or talking to yourself, depending on how you do it, or just sitting in meditation. You can be, creating something or running or whatever it is that you do, like washing dishes, and your mind can go to someplace and you're like, oh, that's where the faith shattered, right? That's where I felt small and helpless and it didn't seem like anyone cared. And now I'm overwhelmed. And that has just been snowballing. So being aware of this and being very aware of ourselves, that's going to be a really huge thing for us. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Yes, soul's healing. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above the crown. And this is a sense of healing, golden, beautiful light falling down on you, raining down on you, embracing you, wrapping itself around you and saying, listen, this is why things are coming up, right? This is why we can feel overwhelmed. This is why we can feel like I just can't. And that's because all the negativity is seeping from our pores and being like butterflies flying away from us. It's like we're taking the energy that is no longer needed in our lives. It had a purpose at one time or another, but it's no longer needed now. And I'm releasing it into the universe because the healing light is coming down on me. My soul's healing is moving me forward. And that is the most important thing, Aries, to understand during this time, that this is a time of great healing, of awakening, of insight, of understanding of ourselves. And it's a beautiful time. It really is. It's just a more sensitive time than maybe we would want. We want it to be like, okay, go get it, do it, achieve, succeed. And Spirit's like, slow it down and center yourself. Our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the 9 of Wands, and that makes sense with what Spirit is showing us here in the cards. The 9 of Wands is feeling like I always have to be on the defensive because I'm always being attacked. And I'm tired of the battle. I'm battle weary. I have wounds. We can have, physical, spiritual, mental wounds from what we have been through. And Spirit is saying here, okay, be mindful. Be mindful that we can also be taking in everybody's opinion and saying, okay, I want to achieve and succeed and push it forward. And so Spirit is saying here, calm it down and center yourself. Calm it down and center yourself. You don't have to make everybody happy, right? And this is a time to release feeling like you're being attacked, okay? This is a time to say, if people don't like me, that's on them. I move forward in this world in love, caring, compassion, a grace of being and a grace of self. And I need to move forward in that energy because this can just derail us. It's like, oh my gosh, it's trying to be what everybody wants. And here's the thing, a person themselves isn't always what they want to be. So how can you be that to them? Like, how can you be everything they want if they can't be everything they want to themselves? So let's talk about this time astrologically speaking. All right, we have from the 1st to the 15th here, and we have the phases of the moon that start, of course, on the 1st of December, but things really start moving planetly on the 3rd of December. So let me know if you want a separate video, but not for December, but probably for January with the different phases of the moon and everything like that, or maybe for December, but let me know in the comment box. I love talking to you guys. So on the 3rd of December, we have Venus in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. Now, this is a time where things can overwhelm us, and we see that playing out with the 8 of Swords coming up, right? Things can overwhelm us. It will be very easy to take out our issues on others. We feel trapped, we feel overwhelmed, and it's kind of like being a wild animal, being a cornered wild animal. I'm going to lash out. I'm going to attack. So just be mindful about this. Slow it down. Take this day slow, even though you might want to really speed things up and really be getting everything done. Because again, we feel like, oh, I have to balance so much. And Spirit's saying here, things are going to drop, right? You're going to make mistakes. You're going to mess up. That's okay. And that's not saying that things will be bad. It's just like you're going to be human. So show yourself grace. Show yourself grace during this time. On the 4th of December, we have Venus entering into Scorpio. Now, this is a very passionate time. This is a time where we can feel that creative energy really moving forward. It's a great time for strengthening our relationships, but also tempers can run high because we have all these ideas coming forward. And we can think, oh, okay, how do I move here and how do I move there? And anything that we see as frivolous, anything that we see as, nonsense, we're not really going to have compassion for. So be mindful about this during this time. We want intense connections. We want things to matter. We want to have powerful meaning on the 4th of December. So just be aware of this, that things that we see as boring or as frivolous or as nonsense, if we can avoid it, that would be the best way, because we won't show up to those things the way that we should. So if it's a person that we think, oh my gosh, here they go again, and it's just going to be nonsense, maybe we see them on a different day because that would be better for us. It really would be. On the 5th of December, we have Venus in Scorpio trine Saturn in Pisces. Now, we are very committed during this time to those who are close to us. And we want to feel valued, and we want them to feel valued. So understanding that on the 5th of December, it's like, okay, how do I show up? Like, how do I show up? I'm releasing the hurt, the pain, the disappointment with the 10 of Wands. How do I show up for me? And it's letting things go. Now, with feeling so commitment, we can put things back on our shoulders very, very easily. But it's almost like, if I want to feel valued in my life, how do I start valuing myself? And the 10 of Wands reverse is saying, okay, you're coming to an end of a cycle of what you're willing to take on what you're willing to put yourself through, on how you see yourself. And that's going to be very liberating. It's almost like you're looking at things and saying, I don't like this role anymore, right? I don't want to play this game anymore. And I'm going to start showing up for me. Now, on the 6th of December, Neptune goes direct. Now, Neptune has been in retrograde, and we can feel very foggy about things. Have you noticed? I mean, I myself have noticed that, like, you just feel foggy. Like, the brain feels foggy. It's like, okay, how do I move forward? What is it that I want? It's like almost things are harder to grasp lately. And that's because Neptune has gone retrograde. And now this fog is lifting from us. And we're going to have this clarity. We're going to have this motivation. It's like, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can see this. And with the 2 of Pentacles reversed, it's like, oh, I don't have to be juggling everything and forgetting about myself. Oh, I can take time to move forward for me and what I need and what I want. And it's not just simply catering to everybody else every moment of the day. So being aware of this, we want to make things perfect. And we have to be very mindful about this, Aries. We want to make things perfect. And in making things perfect, we'll forget about ourselves. And that will put us into a place of resentment, that brain fog, that kind of like, that feeling tied up, that feeling like I can't see with the blindfold over our eyes, that sense of I can't move forward. And it's that Neptune retrograde that's coming in, and it's like, oh, but I can't do this. And Spirit's like, but you can. And it's time to realize that these are candy canes, right? They're not swords. Somebody might have said, oh, don't move, right? You're surrounded by swords, but you're not. You're surrounded by candy canes. You're okay. There's power, there's grace, there's tenacity to you. You are so much more than what you have ever expected you could be. And that's a beautiful thing. So during this time, there's a real sense of unveiling. There's a real sense of I'm opening up myself to who I am. And I'm seeing the cage that I was put in when I was small, and somebody could have scared us. Like when we were little, it could have been like, oh, well, you don't want to try too hard, or you don't want to be doing this, or they didn't even know, right? They were scaring us into, I'm going to keep my life small. And I'm just seeing somebody saying something, or they're being worried themselves, like they didn't want anything to happen to you. And so you were, I don't want to say overly protected, but you could have been overly protected. And now it's like, well, I'm stepping out of this box, right? I'm stepping out of this. I'm okay. I'm powerful, and I'm moving forward in this power. And the clarity that's going to come, that's also why, again, we're releasing so much that we have been carrying, because it's like that brain fog. It lifts, and it's like, oh, that's what I needed. That's what I wanted. That's how I needed to move forward. It's like, oh, why was I carrying all this nonsense? On the 7th of December, Mercury is in Capricorn, is trining Jupiter in Taurus. And this is a time for us to act on our big ideas. It really, really is. Big ideas are coming our way, and we can see opportunities more closely. And with the King of Wands reversed, there's almost a sense here of like, if it doesn't have an element, I want to say of danger to it, or of excitement to it, we can be very like, oh, well, I'll just do that later, or oh, that's not a big deal. And Spirit is saying like, no, it's a really big deal. So with the King of Wands reverse, just know that we're going to look at things and kind of get more like, we want it to be more physical, right? We want it to be more physical. If somebody says to us, climb a mountain, we'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm there. If somebody says, go in and drive super far or super fast to get this done, we'll be there. But we have to be careful about things. We have to cherish ourselves. It's going to be super important. And knowing that opportunities are going to come our way, that just kind of makes sense. And we're going to go with that's small, or that's little, or that isn't a big deal. And Spirit's like, no, but it's huge. So acknowledging this during this time, that we kind of want things to be a little bit dangerous, a little bit like sparks. We want fireworks. We want big, grand. And Spirit is saying it's going to be smaller, but it's going to be our passion. And that's what Spirit's wanting us to focus on. Like, what is your passion? What do you desire? Where do you want to be? And again, don't make it grandiose, because grandiose is fine, right? We can build up to that, later on. But you don't need a McMansion. You don't need the newest, fanciest car. What we need here is to follow forward in our passion and in what we desire and let ourselves shine on this earth. That would be one of the best gifts we could ever give to ourselves. And it'll be just absolutely beautiful for us. Now, on the 9th of December, Venus is in Scorpio opposite Jupiter in Taurus. We can be a bit lazy, okay? We can be a bit lazy, and then the energy of being stuck in our own mind, of the poverty mentality, look, I'm not going, I'm not doing, especially since we have the King of Wands energy that's like, hey, rev it up, go forward, just get it done. That can be at odds with ourselves. So just knowing here that, yeah, okay, I can get caught in my own mind. I can really berate myself because I'm not living up to the expectation of this guy over here, the King of Wands, that's like, hey, let's be passionate, let's be fiery, let's be intense. It's kind of like, I always see the King of Wands as like a person who's really good at lust, right? It's a really good, I want to say, like hookup, but terrible long-term partner. Terrible, terrible, terrible long-term partner. So here, we don't want to be, that fly-by-night type of person, that hookup for ourselves. We want to be that good long-term partner for us that that shows up, that is there for the long haul. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be very, very, very important. Now, on the 10th of December, the moon is in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces. And our intuition is on point. Like, that goes with the Empress that's crowning us. We are creative. We are cultivating. Our intuition is on point. We start to really align with our purpose. This is what I'm here to birth forward into the world, to create, to cultivate, and to really embrace in my life. So just knowing that that's aligning us with our purpose, what we desire, and what we want. On the 11th, Mercury in Capricorn is sextile Venus in Scorpio. Now, this has us dealing with other people can be easier today. And we may find that we're working at new ways of communicating, of expressing ourselves, and we're letting go of the burdens. But I also see this energy around us where it's almost like I don't trust myself, right? I've been carrying these burdens for so long. I'm falling into that self-doubt again. I'm trying to balance a little bit too much. And there's a sense of, okay, I can't really cultivate and express what I want because this could be once upon a time at the age of seeing fifth grade, right? I don't remember what age that is, but you messed up and people laughed, and that has carried with you. And so you can't step into your grandeur. You can't step into your prosperity because you messed up once. And that wound has stuck. Now, I know somebody is saying here, oh, Dane, I've messed up more than once. And that's okay. That's part of life. The really great stories are the stories of people who mess up a lot or who do astoundingly ridiculous things. And you're like, how did you do that? Like, how did you, make it to the other side so great? And you've learned so much. The best books, the best stories, the best movies. Nobody's perfect. And so here with the poverty mentality, it's like, okay, you messed up. Okay, things got hard. Okay, things got intense. You're a really good story. Start embracing that in yourself. You're a really, really good story. Be proud of that. Now, and from now on, come from a place of love, compassion, prosperity, caring. Things will still get hard. People will still take advantage and things won't go the right way. And that's okay. That's part of this adventure of life. On the 12th, we have the new moon in Sagittarius. There will be a separate video on that. And on the 13th, we have Mercury retrograde, which I know nobody needs during the holidays, but I mean, it's happening. And Mercury retrograde, just understand that it brings up issues with communication that we have to face that we haven't been facing. So that's going to be super important. On the 14th, we have the moon in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. And this has us taking a different approach. We don't want to go the same old route. Again, there's a sense of creativity here. There's a sense of opening up the doors. We are going to be drawn to the bit of the unconventional. We're going to be looking at things and saying, you know what? Old patterns not working for me. I'm kind of turning things on their heads. I'm not balancing everything. I'm moving forward in more of a creative cultivation. And that is going to be so, so, so powerful for us. It's going to be an absolute game changer. Our subconscious spirit message for this time is celestial. You are affected by the planets. You are affected by the stars. You are affected by the moon so much more than you think you are, Aries. And Spirit is saying here, hey, just know that subconsciously, celestially, astrology, it matters for you. It does. It matters for you. It plays a bigger role than you'd imagine it would. And these things can all meld together because we're human and we respond to things at different times, and in different ways. So it's not going to be as black and white, white page, black print as we'd want it to be, but it's beautiful. And this dance that we are on from the 1st to the 15th of December is an exquisite one. And it's one that we're playing or that we're dancing with very closely with the stars, with the universe. Our subconscious chakra message is holistic health. This is the root chakra. At the root of us, it's like, hey, take care of yourself. And maybe it's kind of like go off the beaten track. I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be one. Here, it's just saying, take care of yourself. Move forward holistically. Listen to your body. Listen to what your body is telling you. So often, we don't listen to it. And Spirit is shouting at us. And we're like, oh, Spirit never talks to me. And they're like, smack their forehead. Oh my gosh, come on. So here, at the root of us, our root chakra is holistic health. It's listening to our body. It's connecting with ourselves. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Magician in reverse. For one reason or another, Aries, we feel like we lost our magic, or we don't know exactly where we stand. There's a bit of uncertainty right here, right now. And that's okay, right? The Magician reverse is saying, hey, if somebody's counsel doesn't resonate with you, don't take it. Find the grace or find the love of yourself to step forward and claim your existence and say, this is me. Especially, when is it? Yeah, especially when Neptune goes direct and the fogginess ends. And that's on the 6th of December. It's almost like I'm not taking other people's counsel over my own. This becomes very important to me. And then we have this sense of empowerment around us. This sense of big ideas coming forward. Yeah, on the 7th of December, where it's like, oh, I can see this. I understand that. And then on the 10th of December, there's your life purpose that comes out. Like, just smallly, your life purpose comes forward. And your life purpose doesn't have to be, oh, this is what I'm going to work at for my whole entire life. It's like, this is what brings joy. This is what moves me forward in prosperity. And this is what's opening up the door. And that's what I'm moving towards. And that's what I'm embracing. So the Magician reversed is saying, hey, stand in your magic. Stand in your magic and believe in your gifts, because you have a lot of them and they are quite exquisite. Our subconscious tarot message is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is new horizons opening up. It is seeing things in a more powerful way. It's like, oh. And it's just an illumination to our life, to ourselves. There's new opportunities coming. And subconsciously, we know this. And that's why all the chaos is kind of coming forward a little bit, or the doubt is coming forward. Can I do this? Can I not do this? And Spirit is saying, of course you can. And subconsciously, we know, of course I can. Of course I'm going to open up that door. Of course I'm going to move forward this way. Of course I can. And we could be feeling antsy with that as well, because it's like, well, it's supposed to happen right now. And that's what our subconscious is saying. The new horizon is supposed to be right here. But we have to go through the game, right? We have to, if life was a computer game, right? We have to gather up all the points and we have to level up. We have to level up. And this is going to be a time where we're really finding ourselves leveling up and claiming what we want, our role, and where we want to be for ourselves. Like showing up for us is going to be super important. And it's also going to be something that seems a little bit difficult during this time because we're going to want to show up and make everything perfect for everybody else. Take that burden off your shoulders. It's long past time. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. Let me know what you think in the comment box below. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. All right, so take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed first half of December. Bye.